Hi, I'm Ken Thomas. Welcome to my video book review on the Sonic Boom with Joel Beckerman. So Joel is a recording studio engineer slash producer, founded a company called Man Made Music, and now he works for companies to develop their sonic branding, if you will. Joel wrote this book, and most of the book in the beginning, he is talking about why it's so important. You can tell that he really has a passion for this aspect, and I think it's supported in that in his efforts or in his experience, companies spend a lot of money visually marketing products, commercials, what have you. Uh, when they do add sound, it's an afterthought. They don't spend the same amount of effort and time to get it right. Companies that do get it right, you can just hear a little piece of what they're talking about. For example, McDonald's, ba da 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 da, I'm loving it jingle. You hear that, you automatically know what we're talking about. Um, Unfortunately, there's a lot of companies that don't back that up, and that's why Joe has a lot of work. And I was actually able to find some articles that supported what Joel's saying. The second part of the book, Joel goes into how to, and by how to, I mean from a high level. He doesn't go into details on you need to do this, you need to do that, but he does go into supporting what he said earlier in the book of why it's important, showing you examples of where he applied it at those various companies, and then giving you examples that you can use it in your daily life. He even takes it further than business and just even in your personal life. My 2 cents initially, when I read this book or was reading this book, I did not really agree totally with him because of he uses a lot of quasi-scientific analyses to discuss or to promote the concept of how music or sound affects people. It wasn't until I got toward the end when I was looking at reading some of his how-to concepts that I had to concede that he might be on something. One of my friends, who's an artist, we were walking down the street one day and she saw a picture. I didn't even notice it, and I told her that I don't really notice art like that on a regular basis per se. And she said a measure of good art is not if you notice it, but rather if you would notice that it wasn't there. So Joel backed that up in his book. He asserted when he was working on Super Bowl in 2012, he said, short of hooking up electrodes to Nielsen families, there's no way to scientifically measure whether the music was working or not. It's an overall feel. If I did my job right, I absolutely don't expect to hear the music called out. Meaning, he worked from the backwards to the front. The experience is what he's trying to get. Not just, oh, we need to add the music on, but the overall experience. Does it tie in? Does it get the message? Does it represent the company or business or product? So, yes, that makes total sense to me. I looked up a couple articles to kind of support that. The one, like I said, there was radio ad spots that they took out. They did one with someone just speaking. They did one with positive music behind the person speaking, and they did a third one with music that was perceived not as positive by the test audience. And the test audience loved the one with the person speaking and positive music behind them, meaning that bad sound was actually worse than no sound, which supports what Joel was saying in the book. Another article, Harvard Business Review, 2014, February, says that companies are going to spend 17 billion in 2014, and that's going to go up to about 30 billion in 2017. So obviously, it's important to use all of your resources, sound being one of them. And then the last article I found that supports this was a book by Martin Lindstrom, and he said that there's a clear correlation between the number of senses a brand appeals to versus the price of the product. Meaning, if you use verbal, visual, smell, taste, touch, the more you use, the more you can charge your product, maybe the more profit you have. So it makes business sense in all three areas that Joel was pushing. That's my 2 cents. Thank you for listening.